after the impact of your loss, or did you just kind of pick back up, from where, your life had this, after Tina's passing, like, did that change for you in a different way as far as, like, how you, mentally moved forward, or did you just kind of, jump back into that, the type of person that you were before, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Same exact why, because Tina believed in me even when I did not believe in myself. Tina was my biggest supporter and cheerleader and everything. The last 7 years have been very difficult. Um, Tina was the fourth death of somebody very close to me. The pandemic wiped out my speaking and coaching, and it also wiped out the DJ business that I had had for almost 30 years. Everything just stopped. One of the other people who passed away was my mentor, my business mentor, who had built my website and all my background systems. He died, so my business just completely stopped. Just like in Titanic when it hit the iceberg, and they said, "You know what? We're just going to shut off the engines and we're just going to sit here and drift for a while." That coupled with depression that I've dealt with on and off my entire life. It was a very challenging 7 years, but Tina always believed. Matter of fact, we had, I remember the conversation 12 hours before she passed. We were down in the hotel bar. Now, I haven't had alcohol. Now it's almost 5 years, but she wanted to go downstairs and have a drink. So we did. And we had one of the deepest, most loving, caring, hand holding, authentic, vulnerable conversations we'd ever had. And we had them all the time. We're just that way with each other. But this one was very special and different because I was emotionally at a low point, and I was just holding her hand. I said, "Babe, I'm sorry I couldn't help out more with this trip." And she looked at me and she goes, "Okay, this is the second time this week you've said that. So remember, we're a team and you're going to be famous again." And to her, famous just meant getting paid to speak. She said, "You're going to get famous again. Hon, you've done all the work. I've got a brand new website. I've got all this stuff." Because you've been working so hard. She said, "It's going to happen." And then she stopped and she said, "I just feel like I've been lucky all these years." And I thought, okay, here's my turn to help her. I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "My job." I mean, she'd been with her company for 26 years, and about 12 years before she passed, she got a chance. She got handpicked to be pulled up to the corporate level, which was just mind blowing how amazingly smart she was and how hardworking she was. She goes, "I just feel like it's all luck." And I thought, all right, do you realize that if you had not sent an email on June 16th, 2007 to some guy you hadn't seen or spoken to in 21 years, that none of this would have happened? Babe, you're the reason all this has happened. It's not luck. We are here right now having this conversation 3,000 miles from home, going to see a tribute to George Michael concert done by his former musicians and touring singers and band
Okay.
because you sent an email just to see if some guy was still out there. I said, so we both got to pick each other up that night. And she continues to be my why every day because in January of 2023, she was very burnt out, very tired, exhausted. She was dealing with menopause at that point. She had not had a solid night's sleep in 2 years and it was brutal to her.
Yeah.
And she,
Yeah, old menopause,
yeah,
listen.
she came up to me in our living room, and she gave me a huge, tight hug. She put her head on my chest, which I always loved. And she just looked up and she goes, "Honey, can I ask you a favor?" I said, "Sure, baby. What?" "Can this be the year that you get famous again so I can quit my job and find something less stressful?" That was like a dagger to me. Not in a
Mm,
bad way from her, but because I wasn't in the best place yet. I said, "Baby, I'm trying." She said, "I know, but maybe this year could this be the year that you get famous again?" And she just gave me her big blue eyes. That question is on my whiteboard above my desk. That's my why now for everything. Can this be the year you get famous again? So I'm in the process of pitching my first ever TED Talk. I've got a brand new website. I've got brand new video footage from a really, really good keynote that I was blessed to deliver in November. So this is the year that we are going to get famous for my baby.